Hey everybody, welcome back to another Judgment commentary of Made in Abyss Season 2, but today we're going to be checking out Episode 4, At Last. I'm sorry that it has taken me a while to get around to checking out this episode, but we're finally here now, so y'all don't have to wait any longer. Other than to hear me ramble on for about 2.5 minutes first, but anyway, last time on Episode 3, Rico and the gang just explored this village of hollows a bit, learning about their culture and the immense amount of emphasis they place upon value. Value is what they believe in, more so than anything else, and we got to see firsthand just how strictly they enforce their belief in value. And of course, when I say value, I mean how much money something is worth. Truly the utmost capitalist of society. Anywho, we saw a great example of this when this weird pink hollow decided to, just play around with Mania for a little bit, seemingly a little bit too rough at first, but then, well, they made a very bad mistake when they just started to crush them, just pressing in on Mania till the point where their freaking guts popped out, so yeah, bad move there. And after Rico started to become justifyingly upset over it, they asked how much Mania was worth to her, and of course she's going to say that Mania is priceless. But they don't seem to understand something being priceless, something having so much sentimental value that you can't put a price tag on it. So they interpreted that as meaning that Mania has a price so high that she just can't even calculate it. And as such, in order to make this loss of value right, some shadow things flew in and just started disassembling that pink hollow stuff. Because that is just how much they believe in value, to the point where if somebody were to take something of yours or steal it or otherwise damage it in some way where it has lost its value, they will enforce it in such a way that they will make sure you are repaid for that loss. And due to the misunderstanding of what Rico meant, it wasn't just going to be limited to the pink hollows things that were torn apart. They themselves were ripped to pieces, turned into cash, and or just tossed into the crowd. Yeah, and it was quite the horrifying sight just seeing that poor thing crying out in misery as its stuff was torn to pieces, and then, well, as it was torn to pieces by those weird shadow things. It was rough because, sure, the thing did smush Mania a little bit and that was messed up, but I don't think it really knew any better. It seemed to have this weird innocence vibe to it, so I don't think it really deserved to get ripped into pieces and then turned into money, but it was too late for Rico to do anything. Fortunately though, Mania's fine. They're just gonna be, uncomfortable for a bit. There's gonna be some swelling there, but not a pleasant thing to have to live through. Just getting your guts smushed out of your butt. There's a lot of stuff happening with butts lately, by the way. I don't know why. But last we left off, Reg had come face to face with Faputa, who they suspect is the one who was messing with them while they were asleep and took their stuff. But we'll see how this little encounter goes, because Faputa is interesting. She seems to be a hollow not too dissimilar from Nanachi, in that she can just come and go as she pleases, unlike everyone else here. Anyway, that's enough rambling for one day. It was an interesting episode, had a very intense moment in it, but it wouldn't be Made in Abyss without moments like that. So, let's see what exactly we have in store with episode 4. Wazam. Okay, here's what they were saying. Beloff of the Three Sages was using her, using Mitty. And as I scanned ahead, the warm mass of curse that the masked man left behind. Now, when I think of a masked man, Bondru does come to mind, but he's not the only one around wearing a mask, I'm sure, but that's curious. Anyway, important thing here, Faputa knows Reg. She knew him from before he lost his memory, and even says that his name was Reg, which is weird because, as he mentioned, Rico named him Reg when she found him. But apparently it was his name before that too. What a coincidence. And Faputa says that Reg was going to bring her something. What she said was the thing he valued the most. So she thought it might have been Rico or Nanachi, and for all we know, maybe Rico was what he was after in the first place. Who can say? And I have to make note of the fact that when Falpita squints, it just looks kinda unsettling, really freaky. I don't know, it's just kind of creepy looking. And gosh darn it, Reg just can't avoid having people try to poke holes in him. I mean, his belly button was just healing and it just goes, just pokes right into it, man. It starts drinking up the blood right out of it. And everything else that happened too, right after that, but it is sadly par for the course for the guy. And then we get to what Rico was getting up to, and she got dragged into a dark alleyway by a bunch of big scary monsters who were, yeah, getting their tentacles. Why? And why do they keep running the squish mania like that? Like this, a second time one of those things had him and just trying to squish it. It's like, why? What do they have to gain? But our jolly pink friend flying in with the epic punch to save the day is quite nice. They're very attached to Mania, and this time wanted to protect him. Didn't even try to squeeze him. So yeah, quite the intense, unsettling, disturbing scene. Don't know what those dudes were really after, but it didn't look good. I don't care what it was. They got some chunks taken out of him anyway. If they're anything like our pink friend, they're probably still alive. But maybe they've learned their lesson. And then of course, Beloff, that giant centipede thing with the mask, is currently in possession of Mitty. Somehow. Mitty, as we last saw, was disintegrated by Reg. But now they're saying that some guy in a mask came by and left Mitty behind. So yeah, a lot of stuff happened today. Stuff happened to Reg, stuff happened to Rico, and stuff happened to Nanachi. They each had one big thing that occurred with them, which makes it a very balanced episode, one might say. Anyway, that's probably going to be about it for now, guys, but thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed. Subscribe to be updated on more. That would be great. Let me know what you thought of the episode as well. If there's any details that I missed, be sure to let me know. I'd appreciate that. But next time, episode 5, which that episode just dropped yesterday, as a matter of fact. But even if I had already seen this episode, I still wouldn't have been able to check it out yesterday because the good subs for this drop at like 8 o'clock my time, I think, usually. So no dice there. But if all can go according to plan, maybe I can get episode 5 out this weekend. I mean, I don't think I've got anything planned going on, so I'll do my best to try to get episode 5 out for you guys. But golly gee, Made in Abyss does get crazy sometimes when we've got some revelations that we were shown here. Mitty just being down here in the Village of Hollows being one of them. But anyway, I think that's about all I gotta say, guys. So, till we meet again, I will see you guys later!